Well, I think we're live, and a very good evening and welcome to my workshop, my craft studio, my streaming studio. And I've changed the background this week. I'm in the basement. So that's what the brickwork is, and do you know what? It took me an age to try to figure out what shirt to wear, so I didn't camouflage myself with the background. So a very warm welcome to you all. So pleased that you could spare possibly an hour, a little bit less hopefully, of your evening to come and join me to hopefully inspire you to try something a little bit different. So we've got lots of things going on in the live today. We have got obviously how to make carnations using both cutters and clay from FMM, but we've also got some liquid acrylic paints from Prima Marketing that we're going to be playing with as well. So let me just have a look at my phone, my trusty phone here, just to see who is with us this evening. So I'm going to have to take my glasses off because I'm completely short-sighted. So we have Christina. Hi there, Christina. Glad you could join us. We've got Jan. Jan's in. We've got Shireen. We've got Anne. We've got Liz. We've got Nicole. Hi there, Nicole. We've got Karen. And who else have we got? We've got Sharon. Sharon, be good tonight, please. We've got Sarah. We've got Marcia. We've got Shireen. Yeah, well, I am certainly in the dungeon tonight, Jan. And then we've also got Leslie. So a very warm welcome to all of you. Right, so like I say, what we've actually got planned tonight is some liquid acrylics to start with. Then we'll have a look at some clay work using cutters and clay from FMM. So as I said to you before in my last live, when I'm looking over this way, I'm not actually ignoring you, it's just that my computer is over there with all of the buttons. So let's get crafting. So indeed, like I say, we're going to get playing with these, which are liquid acrylic paints. They're from Prima Marketing, and believe me, these are absolutely fabulous. They work a little bit like, dare I say, alcohol inks, in the fact that they sort of like disperse all over the place when you put, like, well, in this case we're going to be using water, but obviously if you're using alcohol inks, you're using the alcohol solution directly onto that. So they're going to work a little bit like that, but then they work a little bit like distress oxides as well. Do you know what? They're magical products. I'm going to stop talking and let's get on with it. So you actually need very, very little of this product, because what it actually is, it is a highly concentrated acrylic paint. So just make sure when you actually first get them, just give them a good old shake. Okay, now I'm just going to use two colors. We're going to use the pink and we're going to use a blue here. Okay, and then obviously when those two colors are mixed, that's going to then give you a nice purple color. So let's just open those both up. Now, like I say, you do need very, very little. So literally, and I'm using here, by the way, the non-stick mat from FMM. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit on. That's how much we are actually going to apply. Okay, so there's virtually none on there. Now what I find is when you're playing with these, it's probably best to just get some water and actually spray it onto the surface that you're going to be decorating. Okay, because then it just helps the liquid acrylics actually go around there. And by this is a squeaky spray, nothing else, honestly. Right, so we're just going to go in, okay, and just pick up some of the magenta colour there, and you can see, there we go, it just starts to obviously react and go where the water is. Okay, so that's how lovely that is just to go in there. So you can see from a very, very small amount, that is going an awful long way. So I'm just literally going to go with the background in this instance. But this is basically the sort of finish that I've achieved. I've done obviously one earlier in typical Blue Peter style. So just going to go all the way around there. If you want, you can add more water to dilute it a little bit and just wash out some of that colour. It just depends what sort of look that you're after. Okay, so just go all the way round there. Okay, so I'm just doing that. I've just seen we've got some more people join us, so let's have a look. We've got Cheryl. Hi there, Cheryl. Nice to see you. We've got Laura Holland. Hi there, Laura. Nice that you could join us. And we've also got Ingrid. We've got Claire. Hello there, Claire. How are you? And Sharon's being naughty again. And we've also got Rachel. Great that Rachel's joining us. Rachel did a really nice gesture earlier on today when she realised that both our Facebook Lives actually sort of like were at the same time. So very, very kind of her. She actually changed the time of her one. So I'd just like to say a really big thank you to Rachel, and also to say that straight after this live, please go and join Rachel on the That's Crafty Facebook group, okay? Because she'll be over there, and what she'll actually be doing this time round is actually playing with some liquid watercolours from Pentart. So please, please, please go and join her there. Right, so you can see this is all the sort of the effect we're going. If you want to merge it in a little bit more, then just go in with a little bit more water. And by the way, this is actually gessoed beforehand, okay? So you'll get the sort of idea, but you can see how little of this product you're going to be needing. So obviously where the two colours mix, then you're sort of like getting that slight purple like coming through there. But you can just keep on going. I'm not going to go all the way over this because this will obviously take a long time. So let's have a look. I'll be joining Rachel. I love liquid watercolours, says Jan. Yeah, they're really, really good. Yeah. You say it's purely selfish. I don't believe that one bit, but I'll be joining you later as well. And we're also planning on doing a joint Facebook live very, very soon as well. So just keep on going all the way around with that. Like I say, if you want to then sort of set those colours, you can do, okay? And then when that's actually completely dry, those colours will be set fast, okay? And then what you can actually do after that, you can then basically go on with another colour on top of it. So that's where I was saying they're a little bit like oxides in the sense that you can dry what's already there and then layer the colours on top. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of the magenta, and like I said, just go for the smallest amount and then just blend that in really, really nicely, okay, just like so. Okay, so you get the idea how much fun you can have with these. And like I say, if you join, which I hope you all go and join Rachel afterwards, her Facebook Live starts at 8 o'clock, so I'm a bit conscious of the time. Okay, and she's on the, like I say, the That's Crafty group. So like I say, just keep on going, spray it down to just dilute that if you should so wish, and like I say, then set it. Once you're happy with the effect, set it and then let that dry by then add other colours on top. Maybe then afterwards, maybe you want to do a little bit of dry brushing over the top of that as well. Completely up to you. But that's basically using the beautiful products that are liquid acrylics from Prima. So look out for those and see what you can do with those. Likewise with these, if you want to take colour away whilst it's still wet, you can do. Just get a piece of kitchen cloth, and that does also help sort of like blend it as well. But like I say, just have fun, experiment. That's what it's all about. Kirsty, hi, glad you could join us as well. I think it was Kirsty I saw name. Hi there. And we've also got Shireen. Shireen has joined us, and she said that she'll be over watching Rachel as well. Fantastic. That's what it's all about, supporting everyone. Okay, so you can see That's the sort of effect you're going to be getting, and it is really, really nice. It's just liquid acrylics, like I say, from Prima. So I'm going to pop those aside. Okay, I'm just going to quickly show you basically what the finished item is, just really, really quickly. This is one I did earlier. Like I say, it does take a little bit of time to sort of like keep on going back, adding the different colors and effects, and then I've just basically gone over that with another product, which is a gilding paint from Cadence. But like I say, this is what we're going to be using as our base canvas for actually decorating up with the flowers a little bit later. Right, so that's that part done. So let's just quickly tidy this little bench up, okay, a little bit, because we're going to be using clay a little bit. Okay, right, so let's have a look. So getting back to our little stream here, we've got, let's have a look here. Okay, so like I say, let's just quickly go over to this, and I'll explain to you that Rachel will be on an exploration even, put my teeth in, of Pent Art liquid colours over on Facebook Live, on the That's Crafty Facebook group. So please go and have a look at that after this live, and sign up if you haven't done already to the That's Crafty Facebook group. A really great group, so creative the people are over there. Right, so we have one question this week. So the question this week is from Laura, and it is concerning obviously flowers. So Laura has asked the question: is it easier to wire flowers to make a small arrangement as you make the flower, or after the flower has dried? Well, in answer to that question, Laura, it's basically, if you're happy with doing the wiring whilst the flower is still wet, then you can do that. My personal preference is once it's dry, but I will then show you right now how I'm going to make one of the carnations, and then I'll explain your question or an answer to your question in that demonstration. So back to the craft desk. So what we're going to be needing now is a firm foam former mat from FMM. We're also going to be using a couple of their tools here. So these are the two cutters. Now these are to make carnations. So if you just have a look at these carnations cutters, you can see they've got like little cutters obviously around the outside, but also you've got these little teeth that go just inwards as well. So you're getting two different sizes here, okay, and that is basically one set. So that's the easiest carnation ever set. Okay, we're also going to be using the tools from FMM as well. There's 5 different tools. They're double-ended, really nice and easy to make the flowers with. Okay, so let me just quickly bring this up on screen as well, and this is the code that if you want to go and buy anything from FMM, you can go to the FMM website. So that's fmmsugarcraft.com. Once you actually get to the checkout, just simply enter the code in the right box there of ANTS10, and that will entitle you to a 10% discount on all the products you purchase from them. So that's as a thank you from FMM for buying their products. So the clay that we're actually going to be using is this one here. Okay, so this is the bright and light clay. It comes to you white. Now if you do want to know a little bit more about how this works and how you color it, etc., I have actually done a Facebook Live, which was, let me think, that was the other week now. Okay, and basically in that I told you how you could actually mix up the clay, etc., with colors. So please head on over to that one, which has now been uploaded to YouTube. Okay, so my YouTube page is as follows. So it's all the W's, youtube.com/C/Rachel Mixed Media Arts and Crafts. So if you go to that, you'll see the Facebook Live that was uploaded about 2 weeks ago. Okay, so that is the Facebook lives that will be on YouTube, as this one will be after I've done it. So getting back to the live at the moment. Okay, we have the clay. I've already pre-coloured it, so let me just grab the colour from my stash here. So this is what I've already coloured. We're going to go for the pink clay this time. That's if I can even open the packet. Goodness me, how bad am I? Right, okay, so there is the clay. So let's have a look. So the carnations are really, really nice and easy to work with. So let's just pull that out. So we're just going to knead that a little bit, okay. And obviously where it's concerned, using the clay, you know, whether it's too sticky or what have you, again, I went over all of that on the previous Facebook Live. So like I say, please head to the YouTube channel. Right, so we've got the clay, we've added a little bit of colour, we've used Distress Oxides in this case. We're just going to use a non-stick rolling pin, okay. Hi there, Jill. Jill Humphries has joined us. Yeah, those acrylic paints do look fab, Claire. Please have a go. Sarah is she's saying rice. Not too sure why he's saying rice, but yeah, explain what you mean. Okay, so let's have a look. So just roll that. I'm actually having to hold the non-stick mat from actually slipping. Okay, so that's why I'm holding on for dear life. It's on a glass mat as well. So just rolling the clay out, and basically you're going to be wanting sort of about between 1mm and 2mm in thickness. I keep on lifting up just to make sure that it's not sticking to the mat, and obviously just to get it nice and thin. Okay, let's have a look. I forgot my rice. It's stuck in the pan now. I think you better go and get it. Okay, I often have that problem when I make paella. I always make myself paella at least once a week. I love it. So we've got our clay then. Like I say, it's a thickness of about between 1 and 2mm. So there we go. You can see that is just as thin as you want it. Okay, so then what we're going to do, we're going to pop that back on to our non-stick mat like so, and then just quite simply we're just going to pop the cutter, okay, so it's down there, and then just simply press all of the way around. Okay, so just go all of the way around there. Let's have a look. And Marcy says she's been sat eating ice cream. Gosh, lucky you. Mind you, it's been appalling weather here yet again today, so it's not exactly ice cream weather here. Right, so the clay that I've already coloured and I haven't used, I'm just going to pop that back inside an airtight bag, and then we're just going to pop that away there. Jill says she's wallowing in a bath, but just make sure you don't drop your phone or your tablet in there, because electric shocks in water, yeah, it's not very good. Okay, right, so we've got the clay in the cutter. Just flip that over, pop one finger just in one of those little slots, and then just simply just tug really, really quick, almost as though you're pulling a plaster off. Okay, so literally just like so. Okay, so we're going to bring back in the firm foam forming mat. Okay, let's just flip that over like so. Okay, let's just pop that over there. We're then going to use one of these, which is like a bone tool from FMM. Like I say, that's just one of their products that comes in. Okay, and you're just going to go all the way around. Now the sort of method I'm actually using here is we are dragging, okay, the tool actually over the side. So literally just pop that down, and then literally we are just dragging the tool. Now if the clay is too wet, then obviously the tool is going to stick to the clay, so just make sure that you just dry the clay out. And like I said, I've explained all of that on the previous Facebook live that we did the other week. So just go all the way around. You can go fairly quickly, okay, just keep on going, and every so often just lift it up just to ensure the clay is not actually sticking to the firm foam former mat, okay, which is really, really important. And then just go all the way around. Okay, obviously I'm taking the time here just so I can show you what it's all about. So you literally every single petal, okay, you're just going to want to be going. You can see what it's actually doing. It's giving that really nice sort of like frilled effect. Okay, so love paellas but never made one. Do you know what, they're really easy to make, Marcia. You love it, you love it. So just go all the way around like so. Okay, and the reason to do this, apart from to make it all frilly, is to really thin out those petals, just like it would be actually on a real carnation. Let's have a look. Well, Claire has I already have the FMM tools, and they are lovely to use. Highly recommended. Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's the reason I use them. I have tried other tools before when I didn't have them, and these seriously do make the whole process of making the flowers so easy. So like I say, just drag that clay out from the very edge there, and then there we go. We can just keep on going around. Like I say, we're just literally just pulling the clay. If you do make a mistake and you make a hole in the petal, depending how small it is, you know what, it doesn't really matter, because it's a natural thing, a flower. So you know, maybe you want a little hole in a couple of the petals. It doesn't really matter. Hello Penny from America. Penny's joined us. Kath, hi there. Kath's joined us as well. Next time you can make one, send some here. Was that a paella or a carnation, Kath? Oh dear. And talking of Kath, Kath was the lucky winner of the prize from our last Facebook Live, which was 2 packs of clay, one of the bright and light clay and the other of the soft then strong. Okay, so we have that. Okay, I'm just going to pop that aside. So let me just grab another tool for the moment, just to lift it up. Okay, so to make a carnation, okay, you do actually need between 3 and 4 of these shapes. Okay, I have already made some. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my box that I made earlier, and you will see it has got what you think is condensation, but when I prep, even for the TV, what I tend to do, I prep all the pieces beforehand, and I have to keep them in a sealed box that's actually got sort of like condensation or water in there, just to keep everything nice and moist. So let's have a look. We've got Julie Williamson. It's very soothing watching Anthony do this. Oh, bless you. As long as I don't send you to sleep. Right, so I'm going to pop those ones out. Okay, and then we're just going to grab all of these. Okay, so 1, and then we've got 2, 3 and 4. Right, okay, so let's pop that box aside. Now, by the way, if anyone's interested, I'm actually going to be starting to hi there, Leanne's joined us. Hello. And obviously Penny's saying hi, because they're all friends. Christiana, they're all in a nice friendly international yeah, that's nice, isn't it? International crafting group. Like I said, I'm going to be starting workshops, hopefully when we can all get back out properly and have lots of people in a group. So if you're interested in those, this may be of interest to you. So that's the workshops, like I say, that I'm hoping to be doing very shortly in the real world. Okay, so we have our lots and lots of pieces there. that I've already, like I say, pre-cut. So what you need to do now is, what I tend to do, I just leave them a little while just so they dry a tad. Okay, then just simply, okay, you just then fold them over. Okay, it is literally as simple as that. Okay, right, so all instructions do come, okay, with the cutters from FMM. So if you're worried that you're not going to know what to do, well, obviously you can watch the Facebook Lives again on my YouTube channel, but there are instructions on there. But I'm actually doing the Carnation a completely different way. Okay, so possibly well, to be honest with you, I like it more so than what it's actually meant to look like. Okay, I'm not being rude there, but the way I've done it, I think they just look a little bit more realistic. Let's just have a look then. So hope one is in the southwest. Well, yeah, I'm hoping that they're going to be sort of like here, there and everywhere, Julie. Right, so did someone say workshops? I did indeed, Marcia. Right, so take one piece, like I say, you've already folded it, okay, and then you basically want to like concertina it up, but only apply pressure to the bottom part of the flower. Okay, that's really important, otherwise all of those petals will stick to one another. Okay, so you can see already, okay, that's the sort of effect that you're actually going to be getting. Okay, so you can see it's sort of like carnation ish, if that's a word. Okay, so what I'm doing, I say I'm applying lots of pressure on the bottom part but not on the tops. We don't want those scrumpled up. Okay, so going back to our overhead camera here, okay, so with that we have one in place. I'm just going to pop that there, just rest it in the corner. We're going to now grab our second piece. Okay, so we now have that one there, and again exactly identical as before, just fold that one over like so. Okay, and then I just use the boning tool, so just pop that over there and just squidge that nice and tight along the bottom where you actually folded it. Okay, and then we can, let's have a look. I saw you demo this Carnation Centre on TV, and it does look very realistic. Thank you very much, Claire. And Claire would know because she is, or used to be, a florist, a professional florist. So thank you very much for your very, very kind words there, Claire. So we're just going to now go back on. Okay, so in the instructions it tells you just to wrap them all the way around. Okay, so it's very similar to the easiest rose ever that I will also be covering on another Facebook Live. Okay, but once you get to this, I'm not gonna literally wrap them around. Again, I'm just going to concertina them just very, very slightly, just occasionally, but going around. Okay, and you can see that is the effect that you're going to get. So again, we're only applying pressure really to the bottom of that flower. Okay, so again, there we go. Let's have a look. So Marcia, are you signing up for a workshop already? Are you? Right, so again, that is it. You know what? That could be your Carnation as it stands. Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, you can see it's quite full, but we want it really, really bushy. Something like, I'm going to bring this one. This is one I made earlier. So this is in yellow. Okay, so you can see that's a lot fuller. So to get that sort of effect, okay, just very, very simply, we're going to add another couple of layers. So again, just pop that one down on the side there. Grab, this is number 3 now. Okay, so again, just fold them over. Now the thing with the clay is, if you're working with it and maybe it's sort of been out for quite some time, maybe it has started to get dry, okay, all you need to do, if it's not sticking to the previous bit of clay, is just to add a little bit of water. That's all you're going to need. Okay, it's just a little bit of water. So I'm just going to again press that down all the way along just that piece that we actually folded. Okay, then bring that, lift that up, and then we're going to reintroduce the centerpiece. Okay, so you can see that's looking pretty nice at the moment. So let's have a look. Oh, hello there, Susie Brown has joined us. I love these. I feel a purchase coming on. Well, let me bring up that detail for you, because you can go ahead and buy, and like I say, because FM have been really, really kind. They've given us a 10% discount. Okay, so if you're interested in that, okay, then just head over to their website, and here's how you do that. To order from FMM, go to their website www.fmmsugarcraft.com. Once there, you'll be able to browse the many cutters and clays available. Once you've found what you're looking for, simply type in the quantity and click on the Add to Cart button. When you've finally finished shopping, click on the icon on the top right of your screen. This will take you to the checkout screen. Once at the checkout screen, type out your contact and address details. And remember to look for the gift card or discount code area, where you will type in ANT10 for a 10% discount on the value of your shopping cart. Just remember to press the Apply button. Once applied, your discount will be shown along with the monetary value that you've saved. If the value of your order is over £20, you'll get free postage and packaging. However, if you wish, you can pay extra to have your parcel tracked at the final point in the checkout process. Just finally decide your payment method, whether it be credit card or PayPal. Happy shopping! So that's how easy it is to go shopping on the FMM website, and obviously don't forget to pop in the code there, ANTS10, in the checkout. I see that lots of people are watching us on the International Zoom Association craft website or page, so you know, I may pop over and say hi afterwards, but like I said, I do want everyone to go and have a look at our Rachel's Facebook Live as well, straight after mine. So like I said, I'm really conscious of time. Please, Rachel, if I do go over, I do apologise, but I will do as best I can to get this done. Right, so Claire was asking a question, soft and strong. So that's the air drying polymer clay from FMM, and she's just basically asking again, can you do water on that to use it as a glue? Yes, you can. Okay, so that's the answer to your question there. So again, this is now the fourth part to our puzzle here, that is the beautiful carnation. Okay, so we're just going to go all the way around there, no rush whatsoever, and there we go. So now we can start really applying a lot of pressure to the bottom part of the carnation. Okay, and just very carefully just go all the way around. Okay, so I'm just going to change camera, okay, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm basically applying a lot of pressure to the center part, okay, and then just going all the way round there. Okay, so just keep on going around like so. So we're applying a little bit more pressure at a time, not all at once, otherwise the top part of the flower just like fall up and fall out and look dreadful. So that's where we've got to at the moment. We have all this clay left over, as you can see. Okay, so what do we do with that? Well, it can be reused. So I'm just going to pop that inside a little washi tape holder. Okay, so Rachel says I'm absolutely fine. Okay, yeah, we've got 25 minutes. We've got 25 minutes. I'll eke it out a little bit. Right, so let me just roll that up, pop that back inside our airtight bag, like so. So there we go. Just pop that aside. Right, so you can see now this is what our carnation is looking like. So at this point we're going to use the knife tool here, and now it's sitting quite nice in this little tape holder. You can go around there, and then you can just start just pushing those little petals up like so to the side, and just until you're happy with how the carnation is looking. Okay, so let's just pop that like so, and I just keep on twisting it round and maybe just tucking the odd petal in here and there, and we are good to go. Right, so something like that, okay, is going to take probably about 4 hours to dry. Okay, I'll be honest with you, I normally leave them overnight. Okay, so leave them overnight and then the fun begins. So getting back to the question that Laura actually asked a little bit earlier, and that was about the wiring of the flowers. So Laura's question was, is it easier to wire the flowers to make a small arrangement as you make the flower or after the flower has dried? Well, like I say, my personal preference is to wait until they've dried. So I'm just going to pop that one over here. Okay, so we're just going to bring in one that I've done earlier. So this is a completely dry one. Okay, now if you want to be adding the calyx, which is the part at the bottom, then there's these cutters here that are also available from FMM. You can buy those, okay, and you can make yourself a calyx. I will be covering the calyx in another Facebook Live because that's sort of like more associated with the rose, but it basically applies for any flower. But like I say, I am conscious of time, and that our lovely Rachel will be following on the That's Crafty Facebook group. So this is the one that is completely dry. Okay, but before I actually go and do anything else with that one, I'm going to colour it. Okay, so we're just going to take the oxide inks. Okay, and this particular carnation I've actually coloured with the same colour of Distress Oxide ink. So that's a really great way of like really theming or colouring all of your project so it nicely matches. So we're just going to go in there, okay, using obviously our little pad there. Okay, don't worry about wiping anything off, because literally you're just going to be going onto that, and all of a sudden you can see how that brings that to life. Let me just bring that on to there. So we're literally just colouring the very tips of those petals. Okay, and that is how easy it is just to add that little bit of extra realism to each and every one of those petals. And you can see, because it is now completely and utterly dry, I'm not taking sort of like really any care whatsoever. And you know, that is what I love about these. But keep on adding that colour, make it really dark. Okay, obviously if you so wish, you could go for a really contrasting colour there. I always like to, like I say, use the same colours I've actually done to mix the colour clay in the first place. Okay, so there it is, okay, all ready, and you can see just how amazingly simple but how effective that one is. Okay, but what you need to do to really make it realistic is actually to spray some water on it. What the water will actually do will actually start to dissolve some of that colouring, and then where it sort of like drains downwards, obviously with gravity, you're going to get those streaks exactly like you do in a real carnation. I always say you don't have to be botanically correct, and I really do mean that, but you know, it's just those little bits of added extra detail just make that realism that just a little bit more special. So that is how you do that. So wiring it. Okay, so we have all of that. Let me just, this is getting a real crafter's desk now, lots of things, which is great. Okay, so pop those there. Okay, so we're just going to bring this one back in. We have got the wire. Okay, now with the gauge wires, the lower the number, the thicker the gauge, the higher the number, the thinner the gauge. Okay, so this one is quite a thick wire. So simply I just go to the underneath side, and you can see where the center part is there, where all of the clay has sort of like come to one point, and literally just stick the wire in there and then pop it just all of the way through. Okay, so the wire actually comes through the other side. I don't know if you can just see that. There we go. Okay, so keep on just pushing like that. Then with one end, okay, just grab a tool and just make a little hook. Okay, just like that. Okay, so let me just see if we can bring the other camera into focus. I'm just going to pop my hand there so you can see. There we go. That is a little hook, and then just quite simply I'm just going to pull that just down, just inside, and there we go. Once you can't see it, that's going to now be, you know, good enough for you to then just leave that, and you've wired it. Then you can add your calyx underneath there, and then obviously you can be using things like this, which is your florist tape. Okay, again, we cover this in the last Facebook live, but again on a future one I will be showing you a little bit more detail with that. So that is basically answers your question, Laura. I do actually prefer to colour them afterwards. Okay, right, so I'm going to have a little bit of a tidy up here, but a lot of people have sort of like been asking the questions, you know, why have I called my little group here mixed media arts and crafts. Well, the mixed media is actually a play on words. Okay, so when I say mixed media, yes, I mean things like flowers, things like getting messy, as we did at the very beginning of the live. But those who know me, and you've probably figured out from even this Facebook Live, I do like my camera work. So that's why I've actually called it mixed media, because to me it's mixing craft with also my passion, that is also filming as well. And you know what, there's nothing better to do for me, and it's actually combining that into two. So if anyone's ever visited my YouTube channel, you may have seen this little creation that I've done. So like I say, that's what I really love to do, is actually bring my two passions of crafting and filming together. Thank you very much for the comment there, Sarah. Much appreciated. Hello there, Jean has found us from Scotland. Well, it's a long way for the signal to get up there. So this is just a couple of examples of things I've actually done in the past. So using the carnations to actually decorate a plaque, okay, in this instance. The wording there is actually a cutter from FMM as well, so please head on over to their website, and like I say, the information is as follows. It's all the W's, fmmsugarcraft.com, and enter the code ANTS10 when you get to checkout. So that's one of the samples there that I've made in the past. Just pop those aside, and then obviously you can combine them with all of the other amazing flowers that you can also make with the cutters from FMM. So in this instance, we've actually used the rose cutter there in collaboration with the beautiful Carnation as well. So like I say, combine everything together, have a lot of fun. Because using air drying clay, they can indeed be used for things like card making as well, because they are ultra light. So getting back to the project that we're actually working on, okay, this is it. Okay, now I'm not actually going to stick anything down, but it's just literally to show you how we're going to start arranging things. So just pop those there. Just quickly, Claire asked earlier about the soft and strong clay, and obviously you can be making all those flowers out of the soft and strong clay. The difference is these are polymer air dry clay, so they are rock hard. They can be used for things like key rings. They are really robust. You know, you can handle these a lot and you're not going to damage them whatsoever. Okay, so that is the soft then strong clay that is also available from the FMM website. So this is, like I say, the canvas that I've made. So this is the one that we did at the very beginning-ish, sort of Blue Peter style. So like I say, I actually used the Prima liquid acrylic paints to go over this. Okay, and then it is literally just a case of adding all of the elements that you've made actually onto here. Now the one big tip that I will show you is if you're wanting to stick these flowers actually down to a canvas or a flower, you will need to cut the backs off. So at the moment you can see they sort of like go to a point. So all you need to do there is grab yourself a craft knife and just cut them, okay, at an angle. Okay, so just going to chop that all the way. These are dry, by the way, okay, so literally just flatten the back, okay, like there, and now you can see that doesn't rock anywhere, so it just does make it an awful lot easier. Another great thing you can actually be doing with these little offcuts is if you actually get some sandpaper and just grate them actually on that, you can almost make a product that's very, very similar to Flower Soft. Okay, so you can actually be doing that with the leftovers, so no waste whatsoever. So let's just pop the craft knife away there. So like I say, I'm just going to start adding these to our project. So these are obviously a couple that I've made earlier. There's obviously leaves as well that you can get from the FMM site as well. So I've just done those in exactly the same way. I've just coloured the clay green, and then what I've done, I just brush a little bit of white acrylic paint just in this very centre of each of the leaves there, just again to add that little bit of realism. I always start to position everything just dry, okay, and when I'm then happy with that, I actually take a photograph of what I've done, and when I'm completely happy, I take a photograph, then I can take everything off and then stick it all back in exactly the same place. Now this obviously isn't a carnation, this is a peony. We'll be making this on another Facebook Live, okay, so we're just going to pop that there. Again, we're just going to grab a couple more of the leaves here, okay, and again just keep on, and we're just going to go over the word love there a little bit, okay, maybe add another carnation up the top there. We've got a beautiful rose. Oh, that's another carnation, actually another colour carnation. I'm looking for a rose actually. Let's have a look. There we go, we've got a rose that's there. A little bit more of the leaves, but like I say, you can just play around to your heart's content. I think we'll have another leaf just going over the clock there just to break it up, and like I say, all the leaf cutters are also available from the FMM website as well, and possibly just a leaf up there. Like I say, just keep on building, keep on playing until you're happy. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so how is, let me take that off the screen so you can all see. So how is that looking? But that's the sort of thing you can be doing. Let's have a look. Maybe, let's have a look. How many flowers have we got? We've got 6. We need 7 really, don't we? Us crafters, we always work in odd numbers. Okay, so we're just going to cut that. Thank you very much, Shireen. Thank you. So let's just have a look. Maybe just to break up the carnations, possibly. Let's have a look there. And I think we need possibly another leaf just in there. Let's just drag those round like so. Okay, and that I think is probably how I'm going to leave that one there. And like I say, my top tip is take a photograph of it even as it is there, and then you can take everything off, and then you've got your photograph as reference to then go back in and stick everything down. So that, I think, just about wraps up today's Facebook Live. So we have 10 minutes to go before our lovely friend Rachel does all of her magic with the Pentart liquid watercolours. So we're going from liquid acrylics to liquid watercolours. Can't even speak today. So let's just see. So like I say, all of the Facebook Lives are available, okay, afterwards on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/c/mixed media arts and crafts. If you are interested in the workshops, like I say, I haven't actually planned anything as such, but if you are interested in them, please drop us a line at this email address. So contact us at mixedmediaartsandcraft@hotmail.com. Like I said, that's if you're interested in the workshops, or possibly have a question about anything that I've done on today's Facebook Live. Just quickly going back, let's just have a look what else I can actually share with you. So let's have a look. So like I say, last week Kath was lucky enough to win the prize from FMM, and that was a pack of the air drying clay, which is the bright and light, and also a pack of the soft then strong clay. So Kath has already started to use that in some of her Zuri molds that she obviously has purchased from the craft store. Lucky you, those molds are absolutely amazing. And for those of you who are interested in the products that we've actually used on today's Facebook Live, because I always watch lives and think, well, what do they actually use? Well, this is the list. So we've got the FMM Easiest Carnation Ever cutters. They were both used. The FMM leaf cutters, there's various ones of those that are used. We've got the clay, which is the FMM Bright and Light clay. But like I say, if you want to make something a little bit more substantial, then you can be using the soft and strong clay. Then you've got the red mat that I used throughout, which is the FMM Firm Foam Former Mat. We've got all the tools from FMM. We've got the non-stick mat. I used the Stress Oxide inks, and also on top of that there was the Prima liquid acrylics, and then the Stamperia mold that was the beautiful clock there. So that is all of the products there that were actually on the show or the live stream today. Okay. Well, that was my Facebook Live, my second one from my craft studio, or as somebody said, dungeon. Maybe I'll change that for next week, and maybe I'll go somewhere tropical. Maybe, I don't know, the Bahamas, somewhere like that. I honestly don't know. But like I say, thank you so much for giving up your evening today. Please head on over to the That's Crafty Facebook group, where you will find the lovely Rachel, who will be doing liquid watercolours from Pentart. So let me just see. I've just got, let's have a look. I'm looking over here. Yep, I found where we're going next. But like I say, a very big thank you. If you've got any questions, then obviously send us an email. Check out some of the other videos on my YouTube channel. But like I say, a really big thank you for you all for sitting there, and hopefully I haven't bored you too much, giving you a little bit of inspiration, and see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.